Hey legends, super quick. I know you guys love TV. I love TV. I also love Buffy. So I've started a new show called Hell of a Mouth at hellofamouth.com. You can find it in Apple, Spotify, all the places. And I won't hold you up anymore here at the start of this episode of On the Bubble. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Hey legends, super quick. I know you guys love TV. I love TV. I also love Buffy. So I've started a new show called Hell of a Mouth at hellofamouth.com. You can find it in Apple, Spotify, all the places. And I won't hold you up anymore here at the start of this episode of On the Bubble. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
I'm SP from Better Podcasting, a show dedicated to help make your podcast better. And it is part of the Get a Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other insightful and wonderful geeky shows at GetAGeekNetwork.com.
On May 14th, 2019, Netflix cancelled the sitcom One Day at a Time after 3 critically acclaimed 13-episode seasons. According to both Deadline.com and Variety.com, One Day at a Time wasn't able to generate the required viewership numbers they needed to justify a 4th season on Netflix, and the show was cancelled. So the cancellation, guys, was met with an immediate fan campaign. There was no waiting. Fans weren't taking it one day at a time. They were right on it. The fan campaign was initially fueled by the show's executive producers, Gloria Calderon-Kellett and also Mike Royce, and then exploded into the broader fandom. The hashtag SaveODAAT took off on social media, reinforcing both the show's exceptional writing quality, once again, reminder, it was critically acclaimed those first 3 seasons, but also fans focused on the nuanced take One Day at a Time had on really challenging issues like PTSD, sexual identity, immigration, and racism. Fans were intentional about, this show's great, we know the writing's great, but it's also important. Please reconsider your decision. So both the sentiment and the size of the fan campaign actually led to a renewal of One Day at a Time. It's always nice to report when there was a renewal of some kind for a show. The show was taken up by CBS's Pop TV network on June 27, 2019, and was scheduled for an early 2020 release, which, as you can imagine, will play a part in what ultimately happened to the show once it did come out for a season 4. So the reason we're talking about One Day at a Time today is it was the first time on record, at least that I could find, that a streaming-originated television show was picked up by a cable or more traditional network for a renewal. Now, we've seen it go the other way, say Lucifer being picked up by Netflix or Brooklyn Nine-Nine by Netflix. That was traditional broadcast production being picked up by a streamer. One Day at a Time was the opposite. CBS's Pop TV, cable network. So the astute among you may be thinking, well, why didn't CBS All Access take up that show? They're a streamer. It would have made more sense for a Netflix show to go on to another streamer. And you are correct. And that was initially what CBS were pushing for. But Netflix actually had a clause in the production contract that no competing streamer, like a CBS All Access, could renew One Day at a Time and restream past seasons of the program. So CBS obviously wanted the show. They saw the importance of the show and thought they could profit from having One Day at a Time on a CBS platform, but they had to go for a traditional cable element with their Pop TV service via cable. So here's where we come to 2020, guys. Unfortunately, and having checked out a little bit of the show, sadly, One Day at a Time was cancelled again. The show was then offered up again for continuation on another platform or another network. And in this particular case, although there was some fan momentum about, let's move it again, let's get this happening, we need a full season 4 at least, it didn't get renewed or picked up again for a second time after season 4. So season 4 tapped out at 7 episodes, with that 7th episode actually being released slightly later than the first 6 episodes and being an animated special. which, from what I could gather, split the fandom a little bit in terms of this is going to be the end of this show in this format. As much as we're happy to have something, we'd love something else, was the vibe that I got from reading a lot of online comments in the fandom throughout my research for today's episode. So I haven't seen season 4, let alone that 7th episode. So I'll leave that to you if you are familiar to make up your own mind about that or check it out. And maybe you can let me know at Joshua C. Liston in all the places online. But I wanted to leave you guys today with one particular detail from One Day at a Time and their fandom that really affected me when I was reading through all of the media around the cancellation of this show. And that was a tweet from 2020 that was put out on the same day that their last episode aired that year from the show's official then Twitter account, thanking fans with the following message, quote, "This isn't goodbye. It's see you later. We'll be back, familiar. Thank you for watching us." End quote. Okay, guys, if you are a One Day at a Time fan or you're planning on watching it, let me know once again at Joshua C. Liston on X and Instagram and Blue Sky and all the places. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you head to the show notes and click on the link to the Gunner Geek website. There's loads of great shows over there if you're interested in TV. And until we speak again, bye for now.